What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining in on this YouTube, thank you for joining in on this video. It's gonna be a little bit different than what you're used to. I'm usually doing vlogs with my girlfriend and stuff like that, couples challenges, but I really wanted to address this really bad. Let's talk about steroids and something called SARMS. Here, as you guys know, I own a store called Total Nutrition. If you guys are looking for product, whether it be from pre-workouts that contain 1,3-dimethylene or DMMA, or if you're looking for synephrine or ornidine, I carry those ingredients as well. This is a little bit stronger store than what you can find at GNC or Vitamin Shop and stuff like that. So this is not for your basic novice trainer. It's somebody who's been working out for a long time and is an athlete. So I wanted to get into a huge conversation piece, which is SARMS. I'm gonna go quick because I want this video to be maybe 3 minutes long. Now, there are 3 SARMs that have been extensively researched. Here I have a RAD 140, I have YK11, and I have cardarine. I want to bring in one more actually. Bam, MK677. Now, SARMs and pretty much steroids, are they safe? What are they? How do you use them? Why are they out? How long have they been out? And can they hurt you? Now, before we get into this, I want to talk about the conversation of steroids. When you're injecting synthetic testosterone, whether it be cypionate, whether it be propionate or nanthate, when you're introducing those kinds of injections, steroids, into your body, you have the risk of something called aromatase, which is a higher level of testosterone in your body. Your nuts shut off, and if you're putting too much in, then you have the conversion between testosterone into estrogen. So that is called aromatase. Then you would take something called an AI, aromatase inhibitor, which is Arimidex or anastrozole. This will stop the conversion between testosterone into estrogen. I say that because I want to talk about SARMs. Now, SARMs have not been out for a very long time, so there is not a lot of studies out there. We need, remember, I'm not a big fan of bro science whatsoever. I want anecdotal evidence on the products that I sell, but unfortunately we do not have them with these. They are not studied very well, and they're only been short-term studied for about 7 to 10 years. Now, let's talk about 3 of them, why don't we? SARM stands for Selective Androgen Receptor Modulator. What this means is that we're pretty much going to bombard your androgen receptors with androgens. So we're just going to focus on your receptor, just kind of pounding away with androgens. It's going to elevate your androgens synthetically, and it's going to pretty much elevate your testosterone levels. Now, the cool thing about these is that they do not aromatase, which is the conversion between testosterone into estrogen. It's called aromatase, and you do not have to battle things like higher levels of estrogen, which can cause cortisol levels, which is stress hormone, to go up, visceral fat to be harder to burn, and something called gynecomastia, which is titties on men. So these are a little bit safer in that realm. They don't hurt your kidney as much. I've ran blood work on them as well, and my kidney numbers stayed the same. I have the blood work if you guys are wanting to see that. Now, my testosterone did not raise up too much, but it did go up noticeably a lot when taking SARMs. Now, mind you, I've been actual on TRT, testosterone, which is actual injectable testosterone. I'm very open about my use of steroids, and I will gladly tell anybody how to use them. I do not condone any type of testosterone use, whether it be synthetic, whether it be through SARMs, whether it be through Tribulus. But if you are wanting to do that, then go ahead, make your decision, and I would like to at least guide people correctly. Now, there are 2 here, the YK11 and you have the cardarine. Now, the difference between these 2 is the cardarine is for somebody who's starting off. It's one of the milder SARMs that are out there, but it's the one that's studied the most. There are pretty much no side effects with this. You only really want to take about 1 milliliter of this. So if you open it, it's a milliliter that you'll take. It's about 15 milligrams. I would start off with 15 milligrams right now. See how you feel in about 2 or 3 weeks. Remember, guys, this is testosterone. Don't expect to gain 15 pounds in a month. It's not going to happen. It's unrealistic, even if you are on steroids. Now, let's go to something a little bit stronger. If you hear him crying, it's my dog crying. I'm not giving him attention. But this is called YK11. YK11 is the stronger of the SARMs. There are many SARMs out there, but it's one of the stronger versions of the SARM. With this one, it will elevate testosterone levels a lot, but it's also going to tax a lot on your kidney. We did have some results show on my kidney levels. My CK levels going up a little bit because of the product that I was taking, and it was only due to this. It was a controlled study. I took this for about 3 months, and the only thing that spiked up was, yes, my testosterone, but also my CK levels, which means your protein inside of your kidneys. With this, it's very, very strong. I don't recommend this for anybody. Don't run this more than 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks max, because it's very strong. Now, with this, you do have to do something called PCT, which stands for post-cycle therapy. Pretty much what this means is when you're synthetically taking testosterone, your body will stop producing its testosterone. Once it hits the number that it likes to stay at, it's kind of like a reverse thermostat. Once it hits that number, your nuts will shut off and it'll atrophy your nuts. This is where we get the smaller and shrinking of the nuts, is because they're not producing your own testosterone anymore. With YK11, that does happen, and you do need to come off of it with another protocol. So if you are taking RAD 140 or YK11, you do have to PCT. Do not stop just taking the product, because you are going to have some reverse side effects, and you're going to have hormonal fluctuations, which can cause a lot of issues, especially with fertility, sleep, stress, stuff like that. All right, guys, the next one that I really wanted to talk about is my favorite one, the safer out of the SARMs, but it's not really technically considered a SARM. It's MK677. What this stands for, it's not even testosterone or androgen related. It actually is a secretagogue. What this does is it elevates something called IGF-1, which stands for insulin-like growth factor. This is your hormone, your growth hormone. Now, when you're messing with this product, it's the safer one of the products. It's the one that you typically would use the most, and you don't really have to come off of this. Now, when you do come off of it, you won't produce as much IGF-1 as you used to. That bar is going to lower. Same with the YK11. This one is just IGF-1. It has nothing to do with testosterone, but this one helps with your skin elasticity, help your skin be more see-through, helps with veins coming out. Recovery is going to be a lot faster. This is probably the one that I like to promote the most, because it's the safer one out of the SARMs, but then again, it's not even considered a SARM. You want to take it as soon as you wake up, 20 minutes before you eat, and then right before you go to bed, wait about an hour and a half after your last meal before you go to bed. You don't really want to take this with carbohydrates because it slows it down a little bit, but that's your kind of quick tutorial on SARMs. Now, remember, I do not recommend and condone the use of testosterone, but I'm not against it either. I just want people to do it correctly. I'm not a big fan of bro science. We gotta stop that because it's hurting a lot of the athletes. Here's a little quick tutorial on them. If you're wanting to know more information, just please shoot me a message. Let's talk about your goals. Everybody's different. So it just depends on where you're wanting to go, really. There's not one that helps cut you. There's not one that helps gain muscle. It's whatever you're using, whatever SARM you're using, along with your caloric intake. If you're eating in a surplus, you're gonna gain weight, and this is gonna help aid in that. If you're eating in a deficit, your body's gonna help use this to cut weight. So it just depends on how you're strategically utilizing your carbohydrates and your calories that you're intaking throughout the day, which is gonna give you the look that you're wanting. Again, I do not recommend these if you are under the age of 26. I'm not a big fan. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it. If you guys want any of the product, let me know and I can ship them out to wherever you are in the United States. So thanks, guys. See you later.